The first challenge we've got is we're no longer shipping software every 6 to 12 months. We're actually shipping software every few weeks, and we believe and we can see that that cycle time will actually come down even shorter. The second one is the number of connected devices is going to grow exponentially. In fact, if you look at John Chambers' quote recently, he quoted that there'd be 50 billion connected devices in the next 5 to 10 years. And the third one is fragmentation of devices. There are just so many different platforms and devices and operating systems that software needs to be able to work with. And when it comes to banking and finance, the user experience from a digital perspective is almost the only place that customers engage with some banks today. In the future, we see that becoming a larger portion of the customer experience as well. Look, I think some banks are further along than others in this space in particular, and it also depends on the end user, how far along they are in terms of the revolution of online or digital customer experience in itself. But it really just it varies. Most of these organisations have their own UX labs and teams. Many organisations we work with today are listening to their customers, which is an important part of it. And they're also looking at the data to try and understand what are different ways to improve the customer experience. I think it's an evolution though, and it's a process that you need to be continually doing, because the way we're using products is also changing as we start to adopt new software and things. And we're there to really provide that fresh set of eyes, the external view of their products from a customer perspective. I mean, there's obviously a lot of awesome products in the marketplace that we tend to get a lot of our experience from. I think looking and observing the way other people are approaching user experience is a good place to start. But I also believe that looking at the data, looking and watching the way customers use products is also very valuable in the UX design space. The flow of how people go about designing products. I think there's a couple of things. Testing is a very broad space, and there's a lot of different stages of testing. I think from a developer's perspective, the more we can build test-driven development and ensuring that we've got a high level of test coverage when we're actually building the code is obviously important, both for the engineering team and also for the end user. And I guess beyond that, just ensuring that we've got a good balance of test automation and manual testing. We are big fans of test automation, but it can also be very time-consuming and expensive to build and rebuild when there's a high frequency of change at the UI level. We don't think that test automation is definitely the solution to all our problems in testing, but we do feel there needs to be more of a balanced view on automating and then using real people to test those products. Yeah, I mean, there's a number of things. It depends on which industry you're in. At the end of every test challenge that we run, we're very outcome focused. We're able to measure things like, the reduction in cost to remediate an issue if we find it earlier in the build phase versus finding them in production. There's a direct impact by finding bugs earlier at a call centre level, because typically if we release a product to market and we've got millions of customers, if there is a significant bug in that product, the first thing they'll do is call your call centre, right? And it shifts the focus from those individuals in the call centre to other activities. The other part to it that's really important is speed to market. The faster banks and other organisations can get digital innovation out to their customers, the more competitive they can be. So we've got a way of being able to measure time to market and the benefits that we deliver.